Okay, so welcome everybody to this week's Akashic Tune In, to tune up your life, to support you with your Akashic record practice, and to continue this journey of soulful awareness, or self-awareness, however you want to say it, and to really kind of support you with releasing those blocks, healing the karma, completing those lessons, and really just understanding ourselves on a deeper level, from our choices and our consequences, all the things that we've been doing in our past, but also in our present as well. And it's really to support us with moving forward on this journey in this incarnation, and really just to kind of get you more familiar, more comfortable, more confident with using the Akashic records as part of your spiritual practices. So this week is exciting. So as I say, inspired by the Akashic Oracle card deck, which is my deck. And just to note, I have got the in-person Akashic workshop happening on Sunday. So that's a 5-hour immersion, teaching you how to use the cards with the Akashic records. Also, there will be a little bit of pendulum work that we'll be doing as well. There'll be lots of practical activities and exercises just to really kind of attune you to the cards, but also get used to using your intuition with the Akashic records. So if that's something that you think, oh yes, I would like to join that, then it's in person. It's on Sunday, 10 till 3, lunches included. If you would love to come, but you can't travel, you can't get over to the UK, whatever the reasons are, then I am considering doing an online version, which also would be 5 hours. Again, practical exercises for you to work through. If that's something of interest, please do put in the comments, because I've not made the decision whether to actually create that or not. I would love to hear feedback before I respond on creating something. Okay, so that's my little announcements. So what we are doing today is we are working with this card, which was from the weekly pick, and it's Alchemy and Magic. And so you can see that the Alchemist here, this female has got her eyes blindfolded, and she is trusting whatever she's doing, whatever magic she's creating in the ether, is going to create potential, it's going to create magic, it's going to create miracles. Alchemy and magic. And we don't have to see that in order to believe it, we have to trust it, which can be really challenging because our ego gets in the way. And so let me just read from the card, because this is going to form the foundations of connecting in with your inner alchemist. That's what we're going to unlock today, so that you can connect with your inner alchemist to really play on the field of potentiality and possibility, and to kind of release some of those doubts around your ability to create magic in your own life. So that's what we're going to do. No mean feat. So the ability to alchemize and transform energy to create magical new outcomes. Who doesn't want some of that? Yes, please. So by pulling this card, your Akashic guides are emphasizing a need to connect with your inner alchemist, which is what we're going to do, to invoke miracles and magic today. The alchemist is a magician who believes in the impossible and manifests new situations, opportunities, and experiences from seemingly nowhere. The beautiful thing about the alchemist and the magician is they see a challenge, a struggle, a block, and they can pivot that thing, they can alchemize that thing to create gold, to create potential, possibility, and opportunity. And that's what they do. But sometimes we can get a little bit dogged down by the blocks, and all we can see is the block, and we can't see any way around it. And we can't see the potential or the possibility or how this is going to change. And so we focus on that and feeling blocked and just being in the emotions of that, rather than seeing the magic of what could happen if we were able to shift our mindset and our perception and our ideas or our feelings around it, which can create magical miracles in an instant. It absolutely can. I experienced magic and miracles in the Akashic records. That's how I found the Akashic records. They found me, actually. I didn't find them. And most of you probably know this story, but within 10 seconds I had a program of alcoholism cleared from my Akashic records, and I had a psychological addiction to alcohol. I had this program running where I was in this loop of, you know, how was I going to manage the urge of not having a drink? And that's what I was battling with. And that disappeared. That was healed in 10 seconds with a pendulum in the Akashic records. So these miracles can happen. I have experienced one. So, but it doesn't need to be necessarily connected to the Akashic records, but it they usually are in some shape or form. Okay, so where do you desire a miracle in your life right now? What magic could you activate to manifest change? Tune into your Akashic records to gain insights into how to create your current reality, how you create your current reality. So focusing on how you're blocked, not focusing on the things that have not happened, what needs to be done, but you're not sure how it's going to happen. It's all those kind of things that can kind of block us in seeing the potential and the possibility. Self-awareness is a powerful form of magic and creates instant transformation. It does, because when we see something in a different light, a different perspective, transformation has happened because we're going to let go of that thing. It's like forgiveness, when we decide that we're going to forgive ourselves or forgive somebody else, and we feel that weight lifted off our shoulders or out of our heart or wherever it is in our stomach. That's transformation. That's miracles right there. So the more consciousness bring to your misaligned choices, the greater the opportunity you have to take new aligned action, activating the magic needed to build the life of your dreams. So we are going to go into the records. How exciting. And we're going to meet our inner alchemist, and we're going to see what needs to be cleared, because there could be, there's some karmic stuff that might be blocking. There might be that, swathed in doubt, which could be based on experiences, or it's just not possible for me, whatever the limiting belief is, the negative narrative, the story that you are telling yourself. We're going to see what we can do just to ease that and to meet the inner alchemist, and know that we all have an inner alchemist. We all have the potential to transform negative energy, blocks, things like that, and open up the doors of opportunity. We all have that within us, but you've got to believe and you've got to trust. So let's go in and see what we can do. So without further ado, we're going to make this as short and sweet as possible, but effective. Place your hands, palms facing upwards. And when you're ready, I want you to close your eyes. And then we're going to just start to settle into the chair or the furniture, wherever you're sat. And I want you to take a big, deep breath in for me. And as you take that big, deep breath in, you're going to call back all of your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, I want you to relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Just allow the body to soften, allowing everything just to be released from the physical body. Any energy that's not serving or supporting you, anything you've picked up, any aches or pains, just notice those. And we're just asking for any energy that can be released, just to be drained from the body, back into the earth. And we're going to ask for Mother Earth and Divine Source to work together to alchemize that energy, so it actually ends up going back to Divine Source. And again, take another big, deep breath in, calling back all of your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, just releasing anything that's held in the emotional bodies, any other people's emotions that you have picked up from the collective, from those that you hang out with, and just anything else that's affecting the emotional body. We're just asking that also to be released back to the earth, to be alchemized elsewhere. And then one more time, taking a big deep breath in, calling back all of your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, releasing anything that's held in the mental body, perceptions, thoughts, ideas, negative narrative stories, any other people's projections that you have taken on perhaps as your own. Just releasing those all back to the earth. And again, asking for all of this energy to be alchemized by divine source. And continue that cycle of breath, of breathing in, breathing out. And with every cycle of breath, and as you listen to my voice, your body becomes more and more relaxed. Noticing the chair beneath your sitting bones, the backs of the hands resting on the tops of the thighs, perhaps feeling the heaviness as your body becomes more relaxed. As you become more present, perhaps of the little twinges and the way that your body is speaking to you. Feeling the floor beneath your feet. And perhaps the weight of the feet as they rest on the carpet, on the floor. And as you have your awareness at your feet, I want you to imagine, sense, feel, or just know that there are thick, strong roots, silver roots coming from the soles of the feet. And they head down towards the heart of Mother Earth, going through all the different levels and layers of the planet, going deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. And eventually your silver roots come to a huge crystal, one that's so big it towers above your head. Just notice the kind of crystal, the colour perhaps, if you don't know the type. And you'll notice that this crystal has its own light emanating from it. And you can sense from that glow of light the heartbeat of Mother Earth held within that crystal. Wrap your silver roots around that crystal. And if you feel drawn, place your hands upon the crystal. Feeling the heartbeat of Mother Earth beneath your hands, beneath the palm chakras. Feeling that pulse as your own heartbeat starts to sync in tandem with hers. And as you have your hands upon the crystal and your roots wrapped around, that crystalline energy, the colour, the frequency of her heart light transfers into your own body, into the hands, into your roots. And that crystalline energy and that colour takes its way all the way through your body, completing itself in its journey into your heart. And as you feel that crystalline energy moving into the heart chakra, into your chest, into your ribs, the heart chakra expands just a little bit more. It opens itself up. And for some of you, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable as the heart chakra continues to open. And I know for some of you that you have purposely closed this down to protect yourself from being hurt. Deep soul wounds perhaps lay there. And so your heart wall gets built, it gets created to protect the heart. But this crystalline energy from the heart of Mother Earth is just going to comfort that part of you, that perhaps that soul wound, the heart wall. It's going to comfort that space, divine, unconditional love floods the heart and your chakra, just allowing any healing, any scarring that needs to be healed. It's just activating now. So we're just going to allow that to continue as you bring that crystalline energy back up through the roots, through all of the different levels and layers of the earth, through the Earth Star chakra, which is located about 2 meters below your feet. We're just going to ask for that to be opened. And for the highest good of all concerned, the ancestral records, if it's necessary, if it's required, for the records to be open there. So if there is any healing that we do today that does connect with the ancestral lineages back to the beginning of time, then that healing will also be activated in our ancestral records. Bring the crystalline energy into your feet, and it's already made its way through your body, but we're going to allow for the crystalline energy to make its way around the body into your auric field, allowing you to be held in a bubble of crystalline energy and light. Allow that colour to swirl all around you, almost like a vortex of energy. And as that vortex of energy swirls around you, it gets wider and it expands itself out into the room, through the auric field, out into the room that you're in. And it connects with everything that requires perhaps a balance, a cleansing, or a clearing. Again, that will be for the highest good of all concerned. And that can include pets, plants, crystals, anything that would like to receive this beautiful crystalline energy and light will receive it now. That crystalline energy opens up the etheric chakras above your head, allowing them to come into perfect balance, and that's your soul star, your causal chakra, your universal chakra, which is above your soul star, and your stellar gateway. And that vortex of energy continues to make its way through the roof of the home that you're in and expanding all the way up to your solar junction chakra, which is far into the sky. This is your own personal sun and your connection, your divine, direct connection to divine source. Allowing that personal sun to expand and glow even brighter. We're now going to ask for your ego to step out of the body, and your ego is happy to do this because they know that they will be back soon enough. Asking for the ego to leave the room, and as they leave the room, they shut the door gently behind them. So now you know that anything that comes through in terms of messages will come from your inner alchemist, perhaps your guides, maybe your higher self. We're going to invite your spiritual support team also now to step closer to your body. And these are beings of 100% pure love and light. A whole range of beings, from archangels, ascended masters, goddesses and gods, elemental energies, the fae, the dragons, mer people, the unicorns, star races, galactic beings, councils of light. You are all welcome to step closer. And you may feel a temperature change. You may feel some tingling. You may not feel anything at all. Just know that your guides are with you and they're here to hold space. Finally, we're going to ask for the 6 archangels to hold you in angelic light, with Archangel Michael now stepping in behind you. Archangel Gabriel to your left, Archangel Raphael to your right. Archangel Uriel, please take a space in front of us with Archangel Sandalphon, ensuring that we are placed upon the fiery white grid of the crystalline grid of the earth. And Archangel Metatron, please bring down a golden thread of light from divine source and from the crystalline grid of Christ conscious light. That golden thread of energy in Archangel Metatron's hands is gently placed upon the crown, and that fiery golden light now spreads itself through the body. Feel that glow of energy like liquid honey being poured into the head, down into the torso, feeling perhaps the glow and the warmth inside your body as it hits the stomach, down in through the sex organs, down into the legs, down into the feet, warming the feet there and allowing the energy to come through the soles of your feet down into your Earth Star chakra. Archangel Metatron completes that beautiful sphere of light above your head. And I now want you to bring your attention to the purple portal of light that's starting to get bigger and bigger, there between the eyebrows at the third eye. Sense, feel, or just know that that purple portal of light is there. And then when you're ready, I want you to step through that purple portal of light. And you find yourself in front of your door. This is the door to your Akashic Records. On the door, you'll notice, sense, feel, or just imagine that your full name, date of birth, and place of birth are all there. Once you can sense that your details are there, place your hand upon the door handle and open the door to your Akashic Records. Take a step into your library. Take a few more steps in and allow the door to shut behind you. And just take a moment to allow yourself to familiarize yourself with this space. Notice if anything has changed. Has your library expanded? Has the interior changed? Are you in a different location to normal? Perhaps your library has shrunk a little bit. However your Akashic Records present themselves, just know it's perfect and they can change on every visit. Head towards the long, large table in the middle of your library, the one that holds your present lifetime book upon it. Pull your book towards you, and you'll notice as you look down at the pages that there are already words, perhaps pictures and illustrations that have already adorned the pages of the book. These are recording all of your thoughts, your feelings, your choices, decisions, connections, consequences. Everything has been scripted every second of the day. As you connect with your book, your Akashic record keepers, perhaps one, maybe more, appear beside you. Smiling, they are letting you know that they are ready to take you on this journey to meet your inner alchemist and to release any of those blocks, limiting thoughts, doubts, insecurities that you have about believing your own potential, being in the field of possibility. Your guides take you to a door there in your Akashic Records. Just notice what the door looks like. Your guides let you know that it's perfectly safe. They're going to be with you the whole time. Your guides open up the door And as you step into this room, you notice that the room disappears. And you're standing upon a field outside in nature. And I just want you to notice what this field looks like, or feels like, or what can you use with your imagination? What kind of surroundings do you have? Is the sun shining upon your skin, or does it feel a little bit overcast and maybe a little bit cooler? Perhaps you've stepped into a field at night time. Just get a sense of where you are. And your guides tell you that this is the field of potential and possibility. And it is your job to go across this field in any way that feels aligned for you. To pull out all of the weeds that you can spot, that you can see, that are ready to be uprooted and to be transmuted into the bucket that your guide hands you. And as you look at this bucket, you notice that it's made from silver. And at the bottom of the bucket is the violet flame, gently burning away, waiting to receive so it can transmute any blocks, beliefs, programs, negative narratives, insecurities, fears, perhaps cords, contracts, agreements, vows. Anything that relates to any lifetime that you've had, where perhaps you have been the alchemist, the optimist, the magician, and maybe you met with tragic consequences in a particular lifetime where you are using your alchemy, perhaps for the highest good, but it didn't turn out that way. Maybe it's just limiting beliefs that you hold, or you hold from your ancestors, where you have tried and tried and tried, but you just don't seem to get that break. So to have this sense of hope and possibility and potentiality just seems hopeless. Perhaps you're feeling apathy, neutral, not wanting to have that drive, in case you are met with disappointment and it doesn't happen. All of these frequencies, all of these circumstances, all of these stories are held within the weeds. So start to walk up and down this field, whether that be just a field of soil with a few weeds there. Maybe it's a grassed field and you're just needing to spot the weeds. These weeds will make themselves very clear and very known to you. And they will be the ones that are ready to be released. The karmic lessons, the growth, the spiritual aspects have been learnt and completed. But the remnants of the root remains. So when you pull out these weeds, do it carefully so that you ensure that you pull out the whole of the weed, and anything that you do pull on, we are taking the root also. So you do not need to doubt whether you've left anything in the soil. Everything will come with that weed. All knowledge, all learning will be kept intact in the Akashic Records, but what we're doing is we're just pulling these blocks, these fears, these choices, misalignments, place them in the bucket, and they will be alchemized by the violet flame. Continue to walk up and down. And you may notice that some of the weeds just remain there. They're not really obvious. And that's because perhaps there's still a learning or a lesson, some growth that is attached to it. The ones that are ready will make themselves very obviously known. Perhaps they grow really big. Perhaps they have a warning light around them, letting you know. Just continue to walk around this field, making sure that you have picked everything that you need to. And then when you have completed that, walk back to your guide. Just notice as you walk with the bucket, if it feels light or if it feels heavy. As you walk along with that bucket, just notice if there are any particular emotions that are being presented to you as the main block to you being in your inner magician, creating the magic and the miracles. What is the main emotion or thought, feeling that comes up? Just know that whatever that thought or feeling is also in the bucket. You're just picking up on the energy of what is contained in there. Hand your bucket back to the guide. And your Akashic record keeper lets you know that that will be completely alchemized, transmuted, dissolved, cancel, alt, deleted. So that you now have this opportunity to create more magic and miracles, but have the faith, the belief, the new perspectives to do that, to find the workaround, to see it. So whatever or wherever you have been feeling really blocked, where you have been really wanting a magic and miracle, you now have the opportunity to see beyond that. And now I want you to look at the field again and notice what kind of growth has come through instead of those weeds. Perhaps there are new trees, flowers, bushes, perhaps outside furniture, maybe a lake. Just notice, once these blocks have now been moved, these weeds, what has replaced them? And you'll notice that there is a figure walking towards you. As this figure gets closer, you notice that they are smiling. Just notice, sense, feel, or imagine what this figure looks like. This is your inner alchemist. They step forward to greet you with a big hug. Your inner alchemist is smiling and has a message for you to support you with maintaining a connection to this aspect of you that you have now unlocked. Allow your inner alchemist to give you that message now. And once you have that message, your inner alchemist gently takes your hands and steps forward into your physical body as you two become one. Feel the integration of the inner alchemist fully connect with your own physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects. Perhaps feeling more optimistic, more hopeful, stronger somehow, more confident. These are the qualities of your inner alchemist. Allow yourself to embody them. Remembering what those messages were from your inner alchemist, perhaps on your next steps, or how to connect fully. You head back towards your guide, and you both then start to walk to the door of this field, back into your Akashic Records. As you step into your library, you head towards the long table, back to the present lifetime book. And you'll notice that that whole alchemy, that transmission, the work that you've just done has already been recorded in your records, but there is a small space at the bottom of the page for the following affirmation to act as a success anchor so you can continue this connection with your inner alchemist. You'll notice that these words start to appear on the page. I create magic and miracles in my life daily. See those words transcribe into your present lifetime book, activating those as a success anchor as they are fully installed into your multidimensional being. Thanking your guides, it is now time to say goodbye. Head towards the door of your Akashic Records. Open the door. And then step through the door and allow the door to shut behind you. And out loud or in your mind, I want you to say, I now close my Akashic Records. Head towards the purple portal of light. And then when you're ready, step through it. And start to bring yourself back round into the room that you're in. And allow yourself just to take a breath, rub your thighs so you're bringing yourself back into the present body. Rubbing your feet perhaps on the floor, so you're just waking up the nerve endings. And if you want to share how many weeds perhaps you had and what they look like and what you felt they represented, maybe what your message was or what your inner alchemist looked like, I would love to hear. And also the field of potential and potentiality and possibility. Oh my gosh, I can't say it. Let me know all of these details in the comments below. And of course, if you want to go deeper, just reach out to me. There's lots of ways that I can support you with your karmic releasing and activating your soul gifts and all of that. And my intention is that you step into your alchemist in a bigger way. So how can you create more magic miracles in your life? Really think about that and start to embody it fully. So love and blessings. Make sure you drink lots of water over the next 24 hours because the healing will continue, but your higher self and your guides will manage the integration of that. So you haven't got to do anything, but just notice. And if you have any questions around that, please do reach out. So love and blessings, everybody, and I'll speak to you soon.